Yo, what is going on? Welcome back to Small Crawls. It's been a minute. And the video I come back on is a comp one. Oh man. Huge shout out to Maz. He stayed up Friday prior to this comp. This comp was on a Sunday. and he stayed up and helped me get that Gladiator dialed in just sweet. I needed to band the front, but hey, you live and you learn, you know? It's like my fourth or fifth time driving that chassis on Portals. Definitely my second time with that suspension. But I placed fourth overall. Not gonna complain. There was definitely a, a good setup of rigs here. This rig right here, this guy is Dennis. He donated that rig actually to the prize pool. So the winner of the comp got this rig here. Not a bad little rig, to be honest. Pretty good upgrades. It's
No. I was looking down. Don't worry.
It's super hot. Super hot already. It's only like 9 at this current time, and golly, it's a warm one. Dennis is absolutely crushing this part. Like I said, it's decently upgraded. It's pretty stock still. Obviously, it's stock electronics. Has a little bit of difficulty on the side hills for sure. But in some spots in the second course, I record this guy on the second course and surprised the hell out of me. I didn't get my run on the second course. I'm a little upset, but camera overheated. It was seriously hot on this day. I overheated. Everybody was looking for shade. It was funny. You can hear the cicadas just going hard in the background. We're at I don't know what you'd call this. This is either like Esmeralda, Beacon Hill, Minnehaha Park. It's just a local spot close to my house. Granite slabs everywhere like this, just everywhere. Pretty rocky terrain where I live. First time ever out with the group as well, and man, hell of a cool people. Like, wow, blew my mind. It was such a kick in the pants, so much fun. Learned a lot, you know, how to drive comps a lot better, you know, tips and tricks, how to not take as many reverses, so forth. This is a pretty basic course. Some gates were wide like that, which were like, those were almost perfect. Like this one was a perfect size. And then some of them were just super narrow to the point where stock with tires like this, for instance, this rig couldn't go through without hitting a gate. They said that it'll be definitely a lot better next time. I offered to make a little spacer out of wood and carve OGRC. That's our group into it for him. So that's a project I got on my list now. This is the gate. This is an impossible gate. It's super close together, but is what it is. Ending was pretty rough. If you didn't hit it just right, you rolled right there. This is art. I fell in love with the C10. It reminds me of my dad's. The only thing my dad has on this truck is a servo, and that's it. Everything else is pretty much the exact same. And it does pretty good for what it is, you know? Wheels and tires. Cut body a little bit. Most of these 24 guys are 10 scalers, as you can see. They have all their their rigs in the back there. There was a little bit of a 10 scale comp going on while we started this. They were just finishing up. They crawl in between Washington and Idaho pretty regularly. They like Corbin Park a lot. Corbin Park's a pretty good spot. I was just having a good time today. Like, if I could explain how happy I was, I wasn't happy. I was joyful. There we go. This day was a joyful day. It was good to get out of the house for sure. Meet brand new people. Never met any of these. Guy in the blue shirt right there, that's Larry. He he recorded my run for me on this course. Can't thank him enough. There's Chris right there. Jason, he's one of the admins of the group. He's a pretty cool guy. He has an indoor 24 course. I want to hit that. Definitely want to try it. Guy there in the bandana, his name's Sprocket.
No. But that's the smart thing to do, so you don't have to take.
Oh, he rolled there. It was a rough one. This is a pretty rough course, to be honest. The camera doesn't do the amount of side hilling there is. There's a lot of side and rough side hill, and it changes so quick. Changes so quick. Oh.
Sheesh. Hit it straight. Straight as possible. Okay.
Give him a little bit of a pointer here, just because I had the angle. He did it. He had this really, yeah, he had built-in dig. It was really cool. Really cool.
Reverse.
So we counted reverses, gates, touches, as in like if you had to help it roll over, or say your body gets hung up here and you had to push it through, had to count those. If you had a winch, you could use a winch, or if you needed to do a hand assist winch, same amount of points, I believe. Don't quote me. Gate. But I learned how quick you can screw up your runs by tagging gates, being careless. The very first gate on my run, I can't believe I hit it. That was silly of me. Art's killing this section for sure. Patagonias hook up really, really well on the granite here.
What a G.
I'm such a goof. Hope everybody's been well, you know? Hope life hasn't been kicking them around too hard. Me, I've been working my butt off. Just working. Getting out and crawling when I can, go to my lake when I can. Definitely going to be getting some more videos of some comps, hopefully. They seem to have these pretty regular. I don't know if it's going to be the same spot every time or different, but comp's a comp to me right now at this point.
Yes, sir, dude.
Sorry, I was watching. I'm watching this on my other monitor as I'm recording the voiceover. This is Larry's rig. He just put those shocks on. He didn't angle them or nothing, so the center of gravity just a little too much for those. After my run, I went and did force droop there in the front form. I took his shocks apart real quick and inverted the springs and captured them instead of letting them be springy. It really helped on the second course. He was pretty stoked about that. So I'm happy I helped you out there, Larry.
Yeah.
I wasn't. There's no way I was gonna keep resetting him if it's costing him points. You know, I'll catch his rig, but
don't turn it.
I didn't want to reset.
Hit you like right there. Just go straight, and then turn towards me if anything. Go straight, and then it should flatten out. There you go.
Pro driver tips. I've had to deal with that problem many a times.
Servo, was that stock?
I noticed. Yeah. It was shaking pretty rough there. So it was either getting ready to go or he didn't have something set right. But
nice
the thing,
up, dude.
the thing shreds. Thing shreds for sure.
Solid as hell.
Pretty stock build. And that canopy adds a lot of weight. Really cool scale attachment though, I think. Super sick. Another one of those, see, just loses that front end and it's gone.
Go left.
Sorry, it's still really hot here in town. So if you hear my fan, I apologize. For me, take a drink of water. This is a little bit longer of a video. You know,
I'm worried about
gonna be a little
right
bit
here.
of dead air. Try not to have it, but there may be. That's why I left the audio in from the actual
I see how to
comp.
get through it now, though.
Yeah, as I was recording, I was definitely scoping out lines because I didn't practice these at all. I didn't know if we could or whatnot. So I just did it while I was recording. There's a couple TRXs, as you can see there in the back. They did pretty all right. Wasn't nothing special, to be honest. Not knocking the drivers, definitely knocking the rig.
That's cool, some three-wheeling. Oh, you're good?
He gets stuck on a pine cone. Makes it over it. Pins are...
Going over there.
I didn't know where he wanted to stand, so I just stood here. Far shot. Those little super swampers he's got, they hook up weird, but he also doesn't have foams in them, so I don't know if foams would help in those tires or not.
Or a cat, not a turtle.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought of a cat there. Or a turtle. See, got myself confused again. Cats and turtles in my head apparently are the same. He crushes this gate if I remember correctly. Gotta get a little bit of, oh, did he gate it? Or did he take the reverse? He take the reverse. There. Oh, he did hit the gate there. Poor guy. But to be honest, I didn't really do much better. I don't think I had any rollovers except for on the second course. There's a gnarly spot at the very end of the second course, like gnarly. You'll see it here in just a few.
Yes, sir, dude. There you got it.
This course was pretty basic, but like I said,
Money all the way home now.
gates need to just be a little bit wider, just like this one.
Keeper. Ooh.
See, he hit the left one. Like, no matter what he did there, he hit. Periodically, throughout the back of the video, people will be checking out my V1 cheat code on the Yoda. People really like that. That little white GPC staged up back there actually has the,
Use the whole
what
thing.
is it? The,
Hook it right and just use
the
the whole
Firma.
face. Might have went a little too far.
God, Spectrum, there we go. Has a Spectrum motor in it, and it actually did really well. Really well. That's the driver there in the green shirt.
There you go, dude.
Chris is driving this blue one right here. He's the guy in the sandals. This thing, he ultimately won the competition. This
Okay,
thing
kinda
smashed. Yeah, it smashed. Just a custom at-home rig, you know. And he knows how to get down. Has a little bit of brass in the front. I don't think it has wheel weights, but it has knuckles for sure, and a diff. Force droop suspension, so it's definitely belly dragging.
And now, if you can't make it through that, right? You just have to call it a
I was
gate.
asking a
Is that what you
question because
call
I
it? Or
wasn't
what do
too
you call
sure
it?
if my Gladiator would make it through that. it
Gotcha.
would have, but I caught the snorkel in a really dumb
I'm just
spot,
worried my
and it
rack's gonna get
kinda,
wedged.
yeah, it got
Can't make it
wedged, and
through.
I got gated. It was bad. But it was such a fun time. Like, I can't wait to do this again, seriously.
Yep.
Spreading the word of old Maz Designs. And just, you know, enjoying myself, having just a blast. Like, it's seriously such a kick in the pants. If you've never done this with a group of people, group of random people, even better, you know. Grady was our points guy. He's a funny man. You can see his sun hat shadow right there.
That was tight right there, buddy.
This is the only rig to make it through that because he set the course, I believe. Or no, Grady set the course.
Yes.
There we go. Grady set the course. Yeah, here's that Spectrum Jeep here. This thing, I don't know how. I didn't really look how he had it set up because he was up next when I was holding it and looking at it, so I didn't want to pull it apart. And that thing weighs a ton, and I mean a ton. Like every bit of 5 pounds. Like it's pretty crazy. I don't know how how he has that much weight. I don't know if he painted the brass or what, but it's literally like
That's
the
on the
whole
spectrum, right?
thing is brass.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing kills.
There was really no bias. Like, it didn't feel biased one end to the other. It just felt heavy.
Yeah, this is a tight little area for sure.
He absolutely crushed this gate, though. Just crushed the gate. Good setup for this course. If I were to be a betting man at first, this is the one I would have picked to win after seeing, you know, him or Chris. But Chris ultimately took it. I believe he came in second. I forget this guy's name.
Good
Really
save,
cool guy,
dude.
though. Really cool guy.
You still don't even have to take a reverse.
I distracted him a little bit, and he hits a gate, and I feel bad. Because he's a 10 scale guy. He's a 10 scale guy, and this is like his second time ever.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. Bits it ships. That's a gate.
He just killed it, you know? That's the one gate he hits. Like, that is crazy, crazy. Here's my run. I hit this gate because I'm standing right there. I didn't see how close I was to that. Yep, gate.
Yep, I hit gate for sure.
Tires are a little wide. So I'm thinking about switching to scramblers just because they're just a hair narrower with the flubber stuffers. And I think that would really help. But man, I love these, just hook so well. They do so well. Larry's killing it, by the way, with the camera footage. He really, really did good. I appreciate it a whole bunch if you end up watching this, man.
We'll split up that money later.
Tiny battery. Front battery.
Boom. Got it. Didn't flip. That's why I banded the rear instead of the front, because I was just unloading too much. Front C just goes just a little too far, but that's all right. I ended up going pretty slow up certain things, so it didn't unload super fast, and I would flip. So that was good. Used the hell out of the servo, and that was the one thing people really liked about my build, was the servo. They did not know that 24s could have a servo like their 10 scales. And the CVDs people couldn't get enough of. They couldn't understand why I could turn like I could, you know. Just how there was a spot on the second course I
Just put these portals on.
wish I could have recorded, because everybody just goes, oh, you know. It was one of those moments where it was seriously the chassis did it all. The chassis did all the work for me. All I did was turn the wheels in the right direction, and the rest it was amazing. This Maz chassis just killed it. And if I would have not been so careless with my reverses and yada yada yada, I probably could have placed a little bit better. Feel bad I didn't, but first ever comp, 4th place, let's go. The new Fury Tech Mini Komodo really did put in some work. I was kind of stoked about that. Super quiet with the Stellar transmission as well. I can't get enough of this rig. It crawls so well. Stays planted. It's not overly heavy. Has a good weight bias. Like, yeah, that just, boom, look at that. Chassis did all the work right there. Yeah, there's no way I wasn't hitting this gate. No way I wasn't hitting it. My tires side to side are right on the edge. If I were to hit it even just perfectly, there's no way I couldn't bump them. If I sounded funny this whole time, I apologize. I had a bloody nose just as I started, and I'm a committed person. So once I started, patched myself up. I want to say I creamed the last 2 gates too, because I wasn't ready. That's for sure.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to put my foot there, brother.
and they were just a hair narrow, as you could see. I almost get this one, but I run it over with the back. Is what it is. On to the second course.
Thank you, sir.
So this is the second course, and this was the prize rig, and this is the shot I was telling you about. I could not believe he made it up this right here without rolling. after the first course, could not.
I was on the freeway one day and I saw him coming up in the truck down behind me. He got up
But he
close to me,
absolutely
and
shreds it.
got behind me, like he didn't want to pass me 'cause I might see him.
Ends up using the whole face of the rock.
That's so smart. I just don't think about that.
Yeah.
That has to be a 10 scale thing, yeah? What? Going out and turning around and not just pulling the reverse. My initial thought's just reverse.
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to explain. Dennis was a really cool guy. Really good driver. If his rig was just a little bit more capable, it would be pretty insane.
Well, my 3 reverses are looking pretty good.
They are.
See where they needed 3 reverses here, and a lot of people on that other side at that corner where I couldn't believe this made it up.
That's gonna look pretty cool on camera coming at it like that.
I didn't take a single reverse on this course until the very, very end. Cheat code just walked this face. Like, it just walked it. I went down and back up. It was so funny. People's minds were blown that I didn't fall over or, roll over or roll down. Repos were pretty lenient with it, it looked like. I tried to catch it with my foot. Ended up just booting it even more. Oh well, I tried.
Hey, I did good the first couple gates.
So you go back up and then back down, and then when you go back down, those are the final gates, and man, the final gate is gnarly. I mean gnarly. It's pretty cool natural feature too. You go down into like a weird bowl, like it's a bowl of granite. Easiest way to explain it. Gets turned around here, and then we get to go down. Wasn't too challenging of terrain here, but definitely if you didn't have good balance, you would roll right there pretty easily. And then here's the gnarly
Ooh,
part.
this is a sick little line.
This is gnarly. My rear tire got eaten down there in those pine needles, and I couldn't get out, and I think I ended up flipping. I got back over, but I still ended up hitting this gate. Ended up doing exactly this right here. There's just those pine needles are false. That's a false floor for sure.
Oh, the bumper got caught. There it goes.
Oh, he almost had it.
No power.
And it's a stock motor, and it's just couldn't get it. It wanted to get it, couldn't get it. I appreciate y'all watching.
There we go.
If you could like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. This has been Small Crawls. I'll see you next time. I'm out.